The Mississippi River today is a working river. The same way we use trucks and trains to transport resources, barges on the Mississippi River transport cargo from Minneapolis to the Gulf of Mexico.
We've seen barges carrying sand, oil, salt, scrap metal. It depends on the industry of the area, and it varies. So when we see sand, a lot of times it's coming from a frac sand mining site, taking it to a place where they're fracking for oil. Or if we see scrap metal, they may be clearing a dump or coming from a scrap yard. So as you move down a river system, you're going to see a lot of different things in barges because of the different industries that exist across the country and along a river system.
So barges have a lot of support in place to help them navigate the river. And a lot of that is orchestrated by the Army Corps of Engineers, which is a branch of the US government. And they have set up a system of locks and dams that will keep the water level constant and provide really low flow that can allow barges to go upstream or downstream quite easily. They also have sort of carved out, like literally carved out, a channel in the middle of the river that is at the proper depth for barges to travel, which is about 9 feet deep.
On the right side and the left side of this channel, as the barge moves downriver, there are buoys, and they're navigational buoys. So on the right side, as the barge moves downriver, there are green buoys, and on the left side, there are red buoys. And when a barge turns around on their route and they return, they make a return trip, the red buoys are then on the right and the green buoys are on the left. And this is so that barges can stay in the channel and keep a safe distance from the bed of the river and danger. Something barge captains will say, or people like ourselves will say, to remember which direction they're going on the river, is red, right, return. That phrase means if you're on a return trip, the red buoys are going to be on your right side. Once you get into the chamber, they close the doors and there's these high walls. It kind of feels like you're in a canyon. And then they lower the water and there's no real roiling or boiling or anything in the chamber. The water level just drops. And then a big horn blows and they open the doors and you continue on. The lockmaster will throw you a rope to hold on to when you're in the lock and dam, and that's just to keep you near the edge and not near the doors, and just kind of keep the canoes and other recreational craft stable.
The way the lock works, you've got the river flowing down, obviously, and then you've got what's called head pressure. And when the gates close, the head pressure from the current keeps the gates closed. How they escort a boat from one pool to the next, they have valves that are built in the walls, and there's 14-foot culverts or pipes that run through these lock walls in the concrete. And they will pull a boat in, tie it off, close the gates, and then they open the valves at the lower end, which the force of the water in the bathtub or the chamber pushes all the water through the valves and it all dumps downstream. And so then the water of the pit drops down and the boat will go out, tie off. And then we will close the gates, close the valves. When the water is down, the higher water up there, we've got valves up there. And when you open up the valves up there, then it all comes in and pushes in. And then when it equalizes, that's when the two levels are the same inside the pit and inside the upper pool. And then basically the whole process just starts over.